If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football. If you want to be a winner, not only have to understand how to win, but to understand how to consistently win.
We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
That's our brand of football.
Jets, Jets. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another very, very special edition of the Nick Shine Show. Ken O'Brien is here. He's with us. We're ready to go. You know what to do. Turn it up. It's time for Blitz BK, and then we'll bring in the legendary Jets quarterback, Ken O'Brien.
Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show. Dim the lights, but it's still bright as Nick time. Day or night, this is his prime, it's Nick Shine. Proud fan, well defined, sit there in line. Toe to toe with any show, he only got 9. The best show on YouTube, bro, is easy. We talk Jets all day, please believe me. Subscribe, you just gotta click a family. We not a click in 3D. You can see a beautiful DP. We see through the fake teams and the tea leaves. So we pray for a coach and a QB and hope that we close to the top in the new league. A toast to the host with the most, Nicky. Who, me? Any day, any night, we all shine, bro. First class shine time, the Nick Shine Show. Anytime on YouTube, if you don't know, the Nick Shine Show, the Nick Shine Show.
Fantastic.
Fantastic indeed. Now, you know the deal here. We've had Wesley Walker on. We've had Connie Carberg on. Show producer Cisco Lopez has worked really hard. Before we bring Ken in, and then we'll get his reaction to this, Ken, we have a special little tribute video for you. Folks, enjoy.
One more drive. Friday night dreams and a football in hand. Small town kid with a big time plan. Stepped into New York when the lights burned bright. Never back down from a heavyweight fight. Cold wind blowing through the Meadowland sky. 40,000 voices and the battle cry. Every snap burned, every yard hard won. Never ran from pressure, never turned to run. I wasn't chasing fortune, wasn't chasing fame, just wanted the football and a chance to win the game. Give me one more drive, one more shot tonight. Put the game on my shoulders, I'll be alright. Through the pain and the noise, through the fire and the crowd, I wore that green with pride. I still stand proud. Sunday warriors lined up across the line, coming for my number every single time. Still stood tall when the pocket collapsed. Eyes down, fear, never looking back. Brothers in the huddle, heart I'll be alright. Through the pain and the noise, through the fire and the crowd, I wore that green with pride and still stand proud. Years roll by, but the memories remain. Every touchdown pass, every loss, every gain. You can keep the spotlight, you can keep the fame. I'd do it all again for the love of the game. Give me one more drive, one more chance to lead. Put the ball in my hands, that's all I'd ever need. Green on my shoulders, Jets in my soul. Once a Jet, forever. That's a story told.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shiners, it is my absolute honor to bring in my favorite Jets quarterback of all time, number 7, Ken O'Brien. Ken, how are you, my friend?
Nick, how are you? Thanks for having me. What a nice surprise. It was great to see all those great, I don't know about the throws, but there's some great catches by it's pretty easy when you have 88 and 85 out there making you look good all the time. A lot of fun to watch those guys. They're good friends and great football players.
Yeah, you've provided, and you're part of it. You provided a lot of great memories for Jets fans throughout the years, and we're gonna get into all of the Jets talk. I promise. Thank you for joining us, folks. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. We got Kenny O here with us. Well, let's update everyone. What have you been up to post career? You know, there's a lot of people who are out there publicly, and you've kind of, you know, lived life quietly and out of the spotlight that you were in for so many years here in New York. So what have you been up to?
Well, after we got done playing, we moved back home in California. So just raised the family. Regular guy, went to work and worked for a long time. And I was fortunate. Somewhere in there, I coached a little bit of football and met a lot of great relationships with young kids. And I do a bunch of stuff. Whenever somebody needs some help, they just ask, and we usually get together and toss the ball around a little bit and do something. And then a good friend of mine just actually this year just asked me to help him coach high school football, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that right now. It's in Los Angeles, the logistics of getting from here to where he is quite a journey every day, but it's fun. It's fun going down and working with the kids and being involved still. And football is big out here, you know, in the high school ranks. There's just so many schools, so many people. So that's a lot of fun. So I still try to stay involved. I would love to get back to more Jet games, but I know they have a bunch going on. So we usually try to shoot for once a year, and it's really up to them whenever they want to have us back.
Awesome. What did they bring you in to coach? Defensive coordinator?
Maybe I look more like an offensive lineman now, so they probably would stick me there. But they let me just kind of help out wherever I need to. That's awesome. And yeah, it's fun.
That's great. So let's get into your career. You know, you came in. They had Richard Todd at quarterback. What was that transition like, going from college, going from a small school to coming to New York?
Yeah, well, for me, the great part was I grew up a Jet fan. I was born in New York. All my relatives, my mom's family, my dad's family were all, other than myself on down, I'm the oldest of 6 kids, but all the other relatives are New York. So it was fun to go home. When I was a little kid, my 3 uncles were New York City policemen, and they would take us over when they got all the boys back. They'd take all their young nephews out, and we'd go over to the Mets, and we'd see them when they had all their world champion rings. And then he'd take us out to Hofstra and when Joe was a quarterback, and all those years later, I got to become friends with Joe, and I would always tell him the story. You remember, I was just a little kid. You were like an old man, and he gets a kick out of it. But it's the friendships that you meet along the way, and that are so special. And lucky to be a part of it, and lucky to have connected with so many great guys.
Yeah, you mentioned a few of them already. What's that like when you get the nod to take over as a quarterback of the New York Jets, and you're now leading the huddle, you're leading the locker room? How did that feel? Because Richard Todd was there. They went to the playoffs with Richard Todd, and then you get the nod, and there's no turning back.
Yeah, well, Richard was he's still a good friend. He was a great guy. He was a great quarterback, and when I was young, I was just happy to be there. Happy to somebody wanted me to play football, and just kind of continue being a kid for a while, and just try to do what I could do to make myself better. And there's a lot of things that you realize that in the business side of it are out of your control, and you don't really realize, especially when you're young, that it's a business. And they make those decisions well over my head, but I just always had it planned that when I get in, it's my chance to play. The responsibility is I want to be sure that I'm ready, and I don't let my teammates down. And that's the main thing. I just want to do what I can do. And if it's, it wasn't going to be running the ball for 100 yards a game or anything like that. It was going to be, let's find the guy and get the ball to him. And I was really lucky to have good pieces all around me, and everywhere I looked, I was fortunate to have my teammates around me and picking me up all the time. And I just tried to I always try to treat it like how I would want to be treated, or how I'd want someone to treat my son, and take the high road. And, leadership's a funny thing. You either have it or you don't, and you can work on it. But I think that's part of the position that sometimes gets overlooked, because it means so a lot. And it means so much to the position and to the team, because when things are going good, that's easy. But when they're going bad,
yeah.
Hey, if you're taking it, I would much rather take it and dust it off. It, not that it doesn't bother you, but it's just part of it. And, I don't stress that part of it, rather than have my teammates have to sit there and harp on, just feeling bad all the time. So when it's going good, it's really good. When it's going bad, it's tough, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah. Well, it started going really well for you very quickly. 1985, of course, you lead the league in passing, and the Jets offense was explosive. You mentioned all the names that you had around you. What was that like during the week? Like, now, when you have all of those guys and all of that talent, what's that like as a quarterback, trying to keep everybody happy? I know it was a different era. It's not the give me the damn ball era that came a little bit after your time. But what's that like as a quarterback, where you're trying to figure out, okay, how do I get Al? How do I get Wes? How do I get Mickey in? We got to get Freeman and all the other list of characters that you played with. How do you keep everybody, happy?
Yeah, Nick, it's a good problem to have. It's when you have too many, and fortunately, all those guys were real mature. Nobody ever bitched and moaned about, I'm not getting the ball enough, and they might have thought that, but nobody ever said it. And you just go in and watch the film, and you see, like, hey, here's the read, here's what we're doing, and everybody got it. And if you're not getting the ball, they work just as hard to try to get the other guys open. And those guys got along with each other really, really well. All the receivers with Al and Wesley. Originally, Johnny was there, Lamb Jones, and then, JoJo Townsell and Chris Burkett and Kurt Sohn. All those guys, they all played their role into it, and we were fortunate that we had guys that were really special with Wes and Al.
Yeah. Now, being the quarterback and playing in the 80s, where there were no rules, there was no protecting the quarterback, and you could just go hit him like a freight truck, and you guys had to get back up and play the next play. Occasionally, they throw out the smelling salt. When you see the NFL now with how they protect the quarterbacks, how do you think you would do in this era? Because for me, you're one of the greatest passers of the ball I've ever seen. And to have you be in a clean pocket and know that you're not going to get hit, I mean, that would be really exciting to see.
It would it's a different game nowadays for a lot of different reasons. I think they protect the quarterback, and I think you should. protect the quarterback, but they protect the quarterback a lot better. The conditions of the field, are so much better. You're not playing on the old AstroTurf was just a rug thrown over concrete, and you were bouncing your head off concrete, literally off concrete. We played in the Astrodome one year, and I looked down, and it was torn up, and you could see the concrete was exposed. And I'm like, this is absolutely crazy, So, and they just got away with a lot of things then. And now that's what sells the game, and the game's become a much more pass-centric league than it was before. It's not, it used to be run first most of the time, and then you're going to throw the ball a little bit. You throw the ball 30 times. God forbid you throw it 40 times. That's a lot. Now they do that in a half sometimes now, and they're spreading them out. It's just a different ball game, but I think it's a lot. I don't know if it's a lot more fun to watch, but I think it's a lot less violent than it used to be, for sure. And getting out of bed now reminds me of that all the time. How you think when you're young and you're bulletproof, and you get older, and it starts to hamper you a little bit. But hopefully these young guys won't have that now, and they'll be feeling good. And the NFL has done a phenomenal job marketing itself. It's the biggest thing out there, and I love watching it. And I love rooting for the guys that I know still, and especially the Jets.
Yeah, well, that was a interesting thing to hear before that you grew up a Jet fan. That was something I was unaware of. Now, you still follow the team, obviously. How do you feel about the state of the Jets with Aaron Glenn, former player, taking over, rough first year, and all the additions that they're making? How do you feel about this team and the direction that they're heading in?
Well, I feel like they've to be really honest with you, I think it's just leadership. I think you have to get people in there that you think are going to do it. You can't keep changing offensive coordinators every year. It's not fair to the young quarterbacks, especially. And you need to have a quarterback that you can build around, and that they're going to be the focal point, and there's not going to be any questions. And the last few years, whether things didn't click, whether everybody has injuries, everybody has everything going on. But I think that they got to build a system that's going to be friendly for the quarterback. They're going to understand it, and then they're going to be able to start distributing the ball every which way they want to. Because I think that when you do the big rotations and everything else, not that if you're in the NFL, you're good. You're great. You're the cream of the crop. So all these guys are good, but you need to get reps. You need to get in there and you need to have success. And then that kind of feeds off of itself. And patience is not very long, and everybody wants to win to get back to the Super Bowl. When Joe was there, certainly. I'm just like that. I'm the same way. When I watch it, I want them to do really, really well. I want them to win, but it's a cohesive unit that I think that they're trying to find, and they're trying to find the right mix. And I'm sure Aaron knows that. He was a great player himself. And once they get the quarterback they want with the offense they want, they have some tools. And the one thing that, everybody, the quarterback and the receivers, but it boils down to now an offensive line. If you have an offensive line that's going to protect it, even at 65, I might be able to drop back and complete a couple of short ones, but complete a couple of the offensive lines are real key. And they've been kind of juggling that for a little bit. And I think from what I've read, they're happy with some of the moves they made. And let's knock on wood and do that. And that Aaron will be able to get the defense going in the right direction.
Nice. Now, you mentioned offensive coordinators and changing. What's that like as a quarterback when you change the offensive coordinator or you change the head coach and you got to learn the new scheme? What's that like? Do you kind of speak to the coaches and say, hey, this worked, can we bring this over? What's that process like as a quarterback?
Well, I think the coach comes in with his every coach and offensive coordinator comes in with their system, and they think it's the greatest system, and that's what they're going to implement. So they may listen to you, but they're going to go back to doing what they're comfortable. Coaches coach for a reason. They're not the smartest guys in the world all the time. They've just learned something and they do it. And coaching, to me, should be more about leadership and making your players better. And how do you do that is you have to give them confidence, I think. Yeah. And if somebody's confident in themselves, they're not looking over their shoulder, they're going to play better and supersede the expectations everybody has because they believe in themselves. They think they're doing it the right way. And sometimes that gets lost with coaches saying, no, you're not doing it the way that I want to. Let's just figure this thing out. And every time it comes in, a new offense comes in, there's a learning curve and there's a bumpy period. And until you can, everybody learns differently. You can watch a play on the draw it up and you can get it. You can see it yourself or you can see the film of another team doing it and you can understand it, but you really need to see yourself in action doing it and going through your mindset. And then it becomes natural and it becomes something that you're never going to forget. And if you're changing every year, it switches up. Everybody's got a different nuance they like to do. And then they learn that they don't have the personnel maybe that they thought they had to do certain things. It's tough. I think it's really tough. And I think it's tough on a young quarterback to bring him in, try to teach him something. And then next year you're trying to teach him something else. They're swimming for a long time. And that's happened to a few of the young guys there over the last few years. I know that.
Yeah. They've, the one thing I really like that they're doing now, they brought in the weapons. They have the offensive line rebuilt, and it looks as if next year will be, let's bring the quarterback in as the final piece of the puzzle instead of bringing a guy in with nothing around him like they did with Sam. And listen, we've waited a long time. You're a fan. You know, it's been, we're going on 16 years since the last time we were in the playoffs. Fans just want to be in the hunt, be competitive again. But I think they're heading it in the right direction now. But when we got a couple questions from some of the viewers I want to get to. Let's see here. We got our buddy Kyle Clifton, not your Kyle Clifton, our Kyle Clifton. He just loves Kyle Clifton so much. That's his name. Which non-wide receiver, tight end or running back, do you feel was your safety valve that you had a rapport with and found when the chips were down?
Well, first of all, this Kyle Clifton, if he's idolizes the other Kyle Clifton, who's my buddy, he's got good taste because Kyle was one of the best football players around. He's one of my really good friends. So that being said, I knew this would have to be a good question. I loved having Mickey Schuler. Mickey Schuler was always there. He was a great player for us and could always find himself get open and made a lot of plays, was really, really quiet, but did a lot of good things. And then Freeman, of course, was we were roommates. So he'd always be able to get open whenever I needed him to do something. We needed a play. Freeman would always step up. He had that ability. He was one of the best in the league. And when he needed to turn it on, he could turn it on. He didn't back down from anybody and was just a freak athlete. And he really got better and better over time, learning how to not only be the runner that he was, but also fit in the passing game, pass protection, everything else. So, yeah, those were the two. I guess those were the two guys that when the chips were down, it was tight. We had to make a play on third and short. Those were the guys we'd go to.
Awesome. Bill, member of the channel for 18 months, says, Ken O'Brien, better 86 memory, Miami win in overtime, or the perfect QBR versus Seattle?
You know what? At this stage, at my age, the memory's shot anyhow. But everybody will like to talk about the Miami game because it was such a shootout, and it was also good for us, the Jets, because we knew that they were going to always come in with Dan. They were always going to come in and put up a lot of points. Yeah. And Joe Walton used to, call a different game and just open it up saying, hey, we got to score. So they were always exciting for us. No matter when we played them, it was always real exciting. And years later, when we were at in the Pro Bowl, Shula and the staff was coaching it, and we had a lot of laughs with him talking about all those games because not only a great coach, but he was a great person. And to sit around and talk about certain things and how he saw them was eye-opening to me. But it was really exciting time. So I'd have to go with the Dolphin games.
All right, well, we're going to get more into that Dolphin game before we're done. I promise you. I got a great story for you and a little surprise for you.
Can't wait.
As well. A couple things to get into, little show business here. Phil gifted 5 memberships earlier that went to Ray Lux Yacht. Now, I got a great story here with Ray. We're going to get into that in a second. The Vegas Jet, Patty, Party with Peg and Artie, and Kevin Zwicker. Now, Ray sent me a picture the other night, and he said, Nick, you got to share this. he gets a tap on the shoulder in the 2024 opener in San Francisco, and it's you. He was wearing a Ken O'Brien jersey, and you tapped him on the shoulder in the parking lot and said, "Hey, nice jersey." You remember this?
I did. We went to the when the Jets played the Niners a couple years ago because we had friends on both sides. I grew up growing up out here. I have some friends who are Niner fans, and believe me, he was we were in the minority by far for that game, certainly. And that's quite. I'd never been to that stadium in Santa Clara, but I do. I remember meeting him, and I'm like, what are the odds of this? We were having a tailgate right around the corner from him, and anybody in a friendly jersey was we were going to go up and say hello to. So my kids actually saw him first, and they started laughing and said, "Dad, you're not going to believe somebody's wearing your jersey over there." I said, "Well, let's go say hi." So we did, and a really nice guy. So it was a lot of fun. It's always fun to talk to other Jet fans especially. And yeah, I do remember that for sure. Out in the play, it was about 120 degrees out in that parking lot, but it was fun.
Awesome. Yeah, he sent me that picture. I was like, I will definitely ask this. I promise you. Let's see. We got couple other questions here from channel members. Peter says, win prediction for the Jets this year. What's your thoughts?
Oh boy. I think they can. I think I'm the eternal optimist.
Sound said
I'm
everything.
always the eternal optimist, right? So if I say it's like picking a stock. If I tell you to pick a stock, you should do the exact opposite, and it usually works best. But I'm going for the over this year. I think that they're going to be better. They're going to have another year with Aaron, and I think they're going to do a little bit better having Geno come in with a little bit of the experience that he has and some of the other guys they're putting around him. I'm looking for him to get right up there and push to get in the playoffs and make some plays. It comes down to winning the tight games, and you got to win your conference. And they got to, you have a tough conference. You got, everyone's playing well. The Bills are playing well, but they can beat them. And I think you just go in week to week, and you got to start off positive, and that grows, and it grows every week. So if we start off positive with playing the way we want to, I think they can turn the corner and push to make the playoffs.
I like that. And I'll tell you this, I am optimistic, and the chat gives me so much shit over it, but now they're going to buy into it because you said it. So
I don't know if we're going to buy into it, but it's the same thing, right? We say it every year, and it doesn't come through it. And there's always reasons. We can say that there's injuries, or we can say there's no cohesiveness, but you just can't make excuses. You just got to get it done, and you got to get the players in there that have that mindset that they're going to do it. And it really starts with leadership, and who are the leaders on the team going to be, and they got to pull them through, and they got to talk to them. And, it's not all easy, clear, clean sailing, but when it's tough, you got to just say, okay, it is tough. We all know it's tough, but it's up to us. Nobody else is going to get us out of this. Let's just take it one play at a time and do the right things, and not start pointing fingers, or else you're fighting an uphill battle.
Well, talk about that for me. When you are a young player and you get put into that role of becoming a leader, and you got veterans, you got men in their 30s, and then you're a young guy coming up, how did you navigate those waters as stepping up into the leader role?
Well, I'll tell you, that's a funny story. I was just telling a friend about this the other day. I'll come back to that, Nick. But when I got drafted, out of college, I was, you're 22 years old, 21, 22 years old, something like that. So when I first went back there, one of the first guys I met, we used to go back after the draft. I think it was a mini camp. And one of the first guys I met was walking around the locker room. I said, "Hey, excuse me, do you know if there's where we're supposed to go? If you're a player, you're supposed to go." He goes, "What?" I go, "Yeah, we're the players. Where's the locker room? What's going on? I don't know anything about it. I just got dropped off in the parking lot." And he goes, "I'm a player." I said, "What? You're a player?" Because yeah. And I go, "You look like you could be my dad." He goes, "What are you talking about? Who are you?" It was Pat Leahy. And Pat was older at the time, and he's a great friend. And he was 5 and 7, so our numbers were right there. We shared. We were locker mates all the way through after that. And he just was shaking his head like, and I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. I was just like, I just left a locker room with a bunch of kids, and now here I am, and everyone's a mature man, and they have their own children and their own families, and I was just like, wow, it's another world's come in all of a sudden. So it was a lot of fun, but I always had respect for all the old guys, and we'll go through it later on when you ask. We'll bring it up, but through that, I could always lean on them, and they knew that I wasn't phony about anything. I mean, I cared about them, and we were friends with all of them, and was pretty open about everything going on. There was never somebody's better than somebody else. We're all together, and it's a family type atmosphere, and that's what I tried to create and be a part of, something that I would want to be a part of with them. And I didn't like if it was ever not that way, because as soon as it gets to be, this group and that group, or me versus them, then you're not a team. And that's what always, I could have played golf. You could have played golf, or could have played tennis, and just be yourself. But I love the camaraderie. I love the camaraderie of being together with a bunch of guys and getting something accomplished. And even if it's not always good, you still accomplish something. You still learn a lot about yourself and about them. And for the rest of your, here we are 30, 40 years later, and we're still being able to talk to guys about things we used to do. And we still have a relationship that you just never break. It's really special. So I think that the older guys helped me coming along, and the coaching staff, the quarterback coach would help me. And the other thing was just the preparation. I tried not to leave anything unturned. I tried to be sure of as much as I could take care of myself. And so I was ready with everything going on, and help them out with anything they needed. And they would respect the fact that they had a question they could ask me, and I would be able to point them in the, get in the right place, right direction, give them the right cues. So it was a lot of fun.
Awesome. A couple other ones to catch up with. Kyle Clifton says, great guest, Nick. You're people pleasing right now. Thank you, Kyle. Glad you're enjoying it. Cisco, who made the video, he's the producer on the show here, says, Kenny, you meant so much to generations of Jets fans. Looking back today, what does it mean to know that people still wear your jersey, tell stories about your game, and continue introducing younger fans to your career?
Yeah, Cisco, first, thanks very much for putting that together. I know it wasn't easy, especially going way, way, way back in the archives like you probably had to do. So thank you on that. And it gives me goosebumps just listening to your question there, because it's really cool to go back and have memories. 3 or 4 years ago, my wife and I brought all the kids back, and we went to a game. And before the game, they asked us to do it was late. It was in December. It was freezing cold, and the year wasn't going great. But they asked us to do an autograph signing out in the parking lot, or not in the parking lot, but outside. I guess there's a little area where, as people line up to come in, you were going to do a little autograph signing session with them. So the game was going to start in like 15 minutes, and I get there, and I'm bundled up. I'm freezing. I'm making sure I'm okay. I didn't realize it's going to be outside, but I'm trying to stay warm. And the line went all the way out in the parking lot, and I was like, "What's going on here?" We're not going to see the first half of the game, and people kept coming up the whole time. It was really nice. And, I'm trying to talk to everybody and hear stories. And one guy was there. There was another young Jet who had recently retired. He was probably out of the league 2 or 3 years, a running back. I can't remember. Real nice guy, military family. I'll think of it here in a moment, but really nice guy. And finally he stops. He goes, what were you? Who are you? What are you talking about? He goes, these guys they're crying. They were literally talking about their memories, and grown men were crying. And I would say something smart ass like I always do, like, hey, why don't you get tough and stop crying? And he was just sitting there like, you don't care what you say. I said, these people love it. They just want you to say hi and connect with you. And rather than sign a piece of paper, I'd rather shake their hand and say hello to them. And so we ended up doing that for the whole first quarter with people out there until the line was down, and went in and watched the games. But it's really special, when it means, when they have a nice memory, and if you could help them. And it makes me feel good when, nobody's coming up and saying, hey, you threw those interceptions, you're horrible. They're always saying good things, like Cisco's tape, hey, that was a great touchdown. And it's always great when you remember the good things. So A lot of fun.
Awesome. Johnny Boy with the question says, which current QB and wide receiver duo would you compare yourself to? Also, my dad's favorite quarterback. Yes, you are better than Marino. Thank you, Nick.
Well, I love your dad already then. So he may not be the brightest guy, but I love him. The best quarterback right now, or the quarterback that I think would be compare myself to. I don't. Gosh, it's a good question. I really don't ever do anything like that, but I can tell you the ones that I like in the league right now. I mean, I like Josh Allen. I think he's a great player. I've always liked Sam Darnold. I liked him when he was at USC. He was really young, and as you mentioned, Nick, at the Jets, he went there and just he never got a system, never got out, and he always carried himself really well, like he always has. And he still does. But he always took the high road, always said the right thing, never made excuses. And I'm sorry that relationship there didn't last long, because I think he's proven to be a great player. But I think that if they would have had more pieces around him, he could have been. And I love, going on the list, I mean, I love Joe Burrow. I think he's a really special player.
That was the one sticking out in my head, the pocket passer.
I love him. And I love watching out here. We see all the time, we see Stafford and Justin Herbert, and they're both right down the road from us. I mean, they're playing right here. So we see a lot of those guys. So there's a lot of really, really, really good players in the league.
Awesome. Super chat from Scott.
It's
says,
just fun, when they're throwing the ball stuff like this. It's pretty cool.
Super chat from Scott
Coach
Foster says,
Ken.
Coach Foster says hello and go Ags.
Yeah, Coach Foster was awesome. He was defensive coordinator and then the head coach after I left in college, and was one of the greatest, should be a Hall of Fame coach along with our other coach, Jim Soker. But I was fortunate, even though you referenced going to a smaller school, at Davis, I was really fortunate. I had a Hall of Fame coach, and I spent, in those days, I would spend the whole year, every morning I'd get up at 6 and we'd go out, it used to be called Sambo's or Denny's breakfast, a lumberjack special for 89 cents. And we'd go over football stuff all morning for an hour and a half. I'd go to class and I'd be back in the afternoon. So I learned more football in college than should have been legal. It's no longer legal. They don't let you have those hours doing it, but I was prepared mentally for everything I was going to see later on. But Coach Foster, I love it.
Another question here from Eli. Hello, Ken. Thanks for taking the time to come to the channel. Not football related, but I'm curious. What your favorite Bob Does Sports moment is?
What my favorite Bob Does Sports moment is?
Maybe
My
non-sports moment is? Maybe non-sports moment is?
Non-sports moment. Well, the non-sports moment are all my kids, watching all my kids. I have more fun running around kidding now the grandkids, and I enjoy being able to help somebody and then seeing them be successful, whatever it's done. And I take a lot of time, but I take a lot of pride in trying to help other people succeed with what they want to do in life. And it's never easy, but to me, it's all about confidence. The more confidence you give people, they'll surprise you. And once the light clicks on in their head and they get it, then you can just sit back, and then they don't need you anymore. Now they have all the answers, but that's pretty good too. So I really enjoy working with other people and making those connections and helping everybody get better. And I still learn a lot when I'm working with young kids about how they think and what's important to them now. The whole world's changed, right, in sports with that NIL deal, in high school even, NIL deal, and it's just so different than
kids reclassifying in 8th grade.
Yeah, they're shaving by the time there's juniors in high school now. So it's a different world, but it's nice to be a part of it. And if you can help, I try to do it with my kids. I try to do it with all my friends' kids, and now everybody comes by and gets introduced. But if we can help them get a little bit better and feel better about themselves, then no matter what they do in life, it carries on.
All right. Eli then gifted 5 channel memberships that went to Ted, Mark XRP, Daniel Yanez, Tea Time and Thomas Cahill. Black Gypsy gifted a membership that went to Whitney Gilmore. Ray, who was in the photo with you with the Ken O'Brien jersey, said, Kenny, couldn't be a greater gentleman. Always my QB. Thank you, Ray. Lou with a question. Who's your favorite Jet on the current team to watch?
My favorite Jet. Oh, boy. I'm weird. I like watching some of the linemen play. I used to love to watch. He's not there anymore, but Nick at center when he was playing center.
Nick
I used to love
Mangold,
to
yeah,
watch him
rest in
play.
peace.
I love to watch him play, and I'm kind of an O-line guy. I like to watch what the O-line does quite a bit. So, but I think if I had to name one player, I don't know. I can't name one guy that stands out as the guy I'm watching. I usually, when I watch the game, I watch what the defense is doing and what we're trying to do on offense to expose them. And when we're on defense, I'm watching what their offense is doing and how they're trying to pick our guys up. Because to me, it's all about having if you have a pass rush, you can win a lot of football games.
Yeah.
If you can get pressure on the other quarterback, and then on the other side of it, like we spoke about, if you have an offensive line that's going to hold them out, you can be an explosive offense and win a lot of games. So I think we get caught up in the superstars, but if you're solid on both sides, both edges, and like we had, with Gastineau and of course Joe Klecko and Marty Lyons and Abdul and the list goes on, but nobody could block those guys, and we wish they were playing today, but that was fun. I went to Joe's. Joe asked us to go to his induction into the Hall of Fame, and that was awesome to go back there and be with Joe and his family, and really, really cool moment when I saw his. I hadn't seen his kids, Danny and everybody running around when they were little kids. We used to stick them in a locker. Now Danny's bigger than Joe, and he could stick me in a locker. But they were so excited about their dad. They came up to me and they were crying. They were so happy for their dad. And it was really, really a full circle moment. But it just showed how football supersedes just the games and everything else. So it was one of the best experiences. I would put that up there as one of the best non-playing football experiences I had.
Nice. Jake Asman with Super Chat says, did watching Justin Fields disgrace the same Jets number 7 you wore with pride and glory piss you off the same way it pissed off every Jets fan? Go Jets.
Well, he's that's one of the guys we're talking about. I think he got thrown in there in a situation that probably wasn't something he'd been exposed to, and it didn't look like there was a lot of learning going on that was really that translated when you watch the game, right? It didn't look like everybody was or anybody was on the same page there. So I think he's obviously a great athlete. He can throw the ball, he can do a lot of things, but take advantage of what he does. And let's build around that if we really want him to play, instead of trying to make somebody fit into a box that they're never going to fit in. That's a waste of time. And that's a decision that you think that would start at the top, and we try to get the people in here that are all going to be able to do what we want to do. And if you bring somebody in, what's the reason for it? You can't change somebody into what you think they are.
Yeah, true.
Leany.
So
it didn't. I feel bad for him. The number thing has nothing to do with it. I just wish he would have got a better shot at trying to be successful himself.
That's fair. Leany gifted 5 memberships that went to Donna, Chris Peterson, Sean Whittle, Green Truth Dave, and P-Viz. Nate with a question, non-football related, 3 dinner guests. If you had to go to dinner, pick 3 people.
3 people if I had to go to dinner with. Man. Well, I mean, if non-football related, it would be my dad, my father-in-law, and my son would be the 3 people I go to dinner with. for sure. If it was football related and teammates, I'd need a bigger table. They're all bigger than I am, but there's a lot of guys that I could go through the list of really. I mean, Al and Wesley, of course.
Oh, really?
Pat, Richard Todd, or just are still good friends. Dan Alexander, Kyle Clifton, Bill Piquel is one of my great friends. Brett Miller lives out here, an old tackle for us. I see Brett every once in a while. Johnny Hector, remember Johnny Hector? I talked to Johnny on the phone. He's doing great. So it's just you bounce into these people. A couple of years ago, I was going on a trip and I was at LAX. It was early in the morning because I'm real early, and I'm looking at this guy. He was in line to get a cup of coffee at a restaurant. I went up behind him and I said, "Hey, Russell." It was Russell Carter. I hadn't seen Russell Carter since he left. And, we just started laughing like it was just yesterday. So I saw Eric McMillan, who was a great player for the Jets, who was playing really well. And they had to change the coaching staff, and they tried to get him to be somebody he wasn't. He was a freak, able to he didn't do everything the way he was supposed to, but he got the ball, he made plays. He'd get beat once in a while, but I thought he was a heck of a football player.
And I wish they would have let him do as a rookie. He had 8 interceptions as a rookie, I believe.
He did it on instinct. He just played kind of like that Ronnie Lott mentality. Maybe you're not in the place you're supposed to be, but you're making plays because you're reading what's going on. And I thought he was a special talent at the time.
All right, I got one more question here for you from the big fella. It says, "Kenny, thank you for everything. You and Al Toon made me a Jets fan. Who is your favorite O-line that you played with, and why was it Joe Fields?"
I love Joe Fields. He was one of the veterans when I got there, and he kept everybody in line. He was always organized. And my best friend was Dan Alexander. We were really close. He was our guard, and he and I were really, really good friends. So Dan Alexander, Cage, who now lives down in Louisiana, I keep trying to get a hold of him. If Dan's listening, he owes me a call. And if Freeman McNeil is listening, I have about 100 calls into you, and you better call Freeman. I keep calling him, and I'm going to keep calling until I get a hold of him. But my favorite, my best friend on the O-line was Cage, was Dan Alexander for sure.
Nice. Well, I have a story for you. My first game was the 86 51-45 shootout against the Dolphins. My grandfather took me. We were in the last row of the stadium, and I could go on and on about that game and what it means to me and the relationships that I built from becoming a Jet fan. But the chat has heard me talk about that and that moment so much. I think I would rather hear from you and the player you threw 4 touchdowns from in that game. So I bring on Wesley Walker, and I want to hear you two discuss that game. This was the surprise I had for you, Ken. Wesley, thank you for joining us.
No problem. Anytime. And you're a gentleman, and so is the man you're speaking to. A classy gentleman. That's all I can say about this guy. More, I can say a lot more, but just a gentleman, a scholar, and an awesome quarterback. And with all that said, a great person.
Wes, I'm going to send you the check soon for saying that. Thank you. I know you. How you are.
Guys, I'll cut the check. Trust me.
Wesley is he was a phenomenal football player. He's a better person, but he was a phenomenal football player. He had a speed in him where he could just show up, and it didn't matter whatever anybody else was running. If they got down and did it, Wes would just cruise. And then it was time, he'd beat that guy by a footstep every time. So he was extremely talented and a tough guy for his size, especially. He caught that one. The one we're talking about, the end of regulation there, that was right in a bunch of traffic in the middle. And, Wes comes right up, didn't bat an eye, made the great catch like he always did. And he told me that he carried the game for us that day. He always tells me that. So I just said, okay, Wes, whatever you say, you got it.
Well, you know that's not true.
And we didn't use Wes enough. He should have caught 3 touchdowns a game. He was that good of a player.
But Kenny, I don't know if you remember that particular situation. I was on the sideline when we called that play, and we used to work on it in practice. And it's one of those kind of situations you hope it gets called in the game. And I was on the sideline, and if it wasn't for this man to tell me to get in there, that wouldn't never happen. And I don't know if you remember that because I used to have to bring in the plays, which I hated. But I was on the sideline at the time with Joe Walton, and you came over, get in the game. And if it wasn't for Kenny, that would have never happened.
Yeah, we wouldn't have won the game for sure. It would. Wes is a special talent in everything he does, and lucky to be friends with him and be been able to have him show me the way, lead by example all the time.
Awesome. That now I just rewatched the highlights of the game earlier today, and the NFL films. They had 9 people in coverage on the final play of the game, and you were still able to get it through to Wesley, which I think is the best jet throw I've ever seen. You know, and during the circumstances, time's running out. They got 9 in coverage, and you just rip it in there. Can you tell us a little bit about that play, what you saw, and then Wesley, you follow up on your end with that, please.
It shows you how dumb the Dolphins are, right? If they can't do it with 9 guys in coverage, they should have had 11 probably, and they still wouldn't have stopped West. So it was just it just shows you no matter what you do, if you have guys who believe in each other and trust each other, they find a way. And that was one of the days where they found a way. And then they tried after the end of the game, they tried to, why would you, after he's already lit you up, why would you just let him have one guy on him, let him run right by you for another touchdown to win the game? Absolutely stupid defense. But nobody was more pissed than Dan because he couldn't, they lost the game because we got the ball first and they couldn't stop us. And, who knows what would have happened if he would have got the ball because he was moving the ball obviously and scoring as well. But yeah, they should have had a bullseye on number 85. You think after he racked up a couple hundred yards and all those touchdowns, and yet there he goes again, right through right out of the end zone with it. So it was pretty special, and we had a great day. And it was the Dolphins. It could be much better.
There you go. Tell us about that play.
I couldn't ask for anything better. And during the course of the game, the Dolphins actually were in the right sort of coverage, and that was a zone kind of coverage, and it wasn't what we were expecting, what we worked on in practice. But Kenny really just had the confidence in me to shoot it in there because I had no idea. And to this day, when I looked at the film, and I remember there's a little clip they show it on TikTok and on these reels, and in our highlight film, I go through the process when they asked me the question there. I was still, it was like in a dream world, and the ball just stuck in the hand, and Kenny threw a hard ball. I remember, you don't even remember this probably. You threw a ball to my son John when he's small. It hurt him so bad. He didn't want to catch anything from me. He threw a hard ball, and he just stuck it in there. And I just remember, I can't believe this is happening. It stuck in my hand. I swear to this day, I was like in a dream world. And I always say when I make a difficult catch, it's the good Lord upstairs helping me because I don't know how it happened, but it just happened. But there were several great plays by, when I think of Johnny Hector, Dennis Blige, and Mickey Schuler, just to make that all possible, to get out of bounds on the last, if you watch that series, to make it happen. And the fact that I was on the sideline and Kenny comes over to have me come in, and then we tie the game up in overtime with that throw and catch, and still I can watch it over and over, and I still don't know how that was done. But you're talking to 2 players who are just 2 wonderful guys that love each other, had a great deal of respect for each other, and it just worked out in the end. And I still have regrets when I walked off the field, and people are grabbing and this and that. And one of my regrets is just throwing the ball down and running right straight to that man because he was the MVP of that game. And he could play with anybody. I've told people many times that there's no disrespect to Joe Namath. I never had the opportunity, would have loved to play with him. But I've made comments to some prominent writers. I'll take Kenny O'Brien over Dan Marino, Don Elway, any day of the week. I've seen him battle them in Superstars competition and win. And you want to talk about the greatest of all time, or Kenny just mentioned how you take players, put them in the same situation. You don't know what other players can be. We could have drafted Dan Marino. You don't know what would have happened having the same coaches, the same situation. But the bottom line is Kenny could play with anybody. He's one of the best persons that I've ever been around. And he reminds me of a guy that never got a chance. I had a guy in college, Joe Roth, the same kind of personality, quiet, methodical, smart, but a great, phenomenal athlete and just a great person. And that's what he brought to the table, and it carried over to the field. And I'm just proud that I had the opportunity to play with him. And there's a lot of things that go into this game. And Kenny was alluding to the fact that sometimes you have coaches, they try to put you in this little box. There's so much more that I could have contributed, could have done, but they put a label on you. There's so much Kenny could have done, having the right type of coaching. And that's why it's just, there's no one formula to say, hey, you go to this team. If you had this, you would have had this happen. But the bottom line is he could play with anybody in this league. And I just don't understand why you just don't get the accolades that you should. But that comes with winning and being on the right team and getting exposure. But guys that play this game know what the real deal is. And Kenny O'Brien certainly was the real deal.
Wes, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Wes.
And forget all that other, the athletics, the just being a human being, a good person, that really what matters. And that's first and foremost for me. Forget the athleticism and all that. But it's just disappointing for me that people don't get exactly what they really, truly deserve and all the accolades you really do. But the guys that played this game, they know what people brought to the table. And we have certainly a lot of great players that play that should be in the Hall of Fame, as far as I'm concerned. They're all Hall of Famers in my book. And certainly Kenny O'Brien is one of them for me, that's for sure.
Well, I know Wes was, Nick, you won't know this. When Wes was back there, he was the first guy that used to wear, I'll never forget, he'd wear scuba gloves on his hands. And he'd put them on, and I'd watch him. I'm like, he goes, I was a rookie. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? He goes, I'm from California. It gets cold here. I said, yeah, but it's 100 degrees. He goes, oh no, it's going to be cold. And so one day I put him on. I couldn't catch anything. I couldn't feel the ball. How he made catches with those gloves on the way he did was always, he's a freak in every sense of the way. But he should have been used in today's world. He would have been the guy splitting the field, making all those seam reads right down the seam, going outside, in and out of cuts. He had that ability, that quick twitch and explosion. That's what's setting the world on fire now. He could do all those things all these guys are doing. It would have been a lot of fun if we could play in some of those systems years and years ago, of course.
Absolutely.
One of the funniest things that I see is with the highlights of Wesley. He's turning around like anybody was going to catch him, Ken. No one was catching him in the open field. I thought it was comical that he would look back to see where the corners or the safeties were. Wesley, they were 7 yards behind you and fading.
Well, and towards the end of my career, I even had reporters would allude to the fact that I was losing a step. And I'm like, I'm actually running away from guys. It's still, at my age and towards, say my last year. And I probably did lose a step, but I was still beating guys, But once you reach, like you're heading towards 30, that's what they started saying, all these things. And I really prided myself in to really trying to be in shape. We didn't have the type of like the off-season programs and the things for health, and we're kind of doing things on our own. But there's so much more that we could have done probably just to be better. But the fact that we just had a lot of ability, and I just wish I could have been able to take advantage of it and the organization themselves, because I'm telling you, guys like Kenny, he just mentioned Freeman McNeil, Johnny Hector. I mean, I can go on and Mark Gasson, Joe Glecko, Bobby Jackson, unsung hero. Jerry Holmes is one of the toughest I've ever played against. And on your show, when I did it, I couldn't think of, I have these little brain farts. I'm working on my memory right now. But Hanford Dixon and Frank Minifield were two of the best. And I remembered Frank Minifield, but I couldn't think of Hanford Dixon. Those guys were tough. There's only a few people where you that really turn your head where you say, oh, man, I got to really think about it. But my guys in practice, like Bobby Jackson, I had to think, how am I going to beat this guy? How am I going to do this? When I have to think about something, going against a guy, that's when, you have that ability where, you are something special. But there are certain guys, you walk up to the line of scrimmage, you can beat them, no problem. But most of the guys that play in this NFL, they're pretty tough. They're pretty good. I'm just thankful I've been able to have success and do the things I did do. and that's just a God-given talent that we have. And I just wish a lot of people knew more about that. But the true Jet fans, and that's why I respect, by doing your show, the Jet fan, and Kenny just mentioned that long line he had. They probably show you more respect than the organization has done, and you respect that, and that's why I play this game, and that's why you can call me up. I'll do your show. I want to try to get Kenny to do your show, the kind of person you are, and I understand that.
Thank you.
But the Jet fans, they give so much, and they're like family to me, and you kind of understand that. So you want to give back to them. And Kenny, I can't thank you enough for doing Nick's show for me. Made me look good anyway. But you're just a classy guy and a gentleman. And I told Nick you would probably do it, no problem. But I still wasn't sure because you never know. You get inundated with people and things you have to do. And this dude is a busy man. I don't even get a chance to see him. We've been trying to hook up, but our schedules are just varied. And sometimes we've been in the same areas and we can't get together,
I'm glad I can make that happen. This is a childhood dream. My first
we saw each other last year at the Jet game, which was really nice. And I wish more guys would come to our Legends weekends because it's just the time is coming. We're all on the clock, and you never know when you're going to get this opportunity. So for me to be here with you guys, that is one big treat for me.
Awesome. I can't tell you what a treat this has been for me as that 7-year-old kid to be texting and talking to each of you. Your connection that day made me a fan. Ken, I haven't told you this story. I was up in the air. My one uncle wanted me to be a Steelers fan. I was leaning 49ers with Montana and Jerry Rice. And then my grandfather took me to that game for my 8th birthday. And I'm watching, and when you and Wesley were connecting time and time again, and when the game was over, I turned to my grandfather and I said, I'm a Jet fan now. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. We're going to win so much. And, I can't believe the 7-year-old kid that I was would never believe that I would be sitting here talking to each of you today. And I can't thank you both enough for your time, your contributions to the team on and off the field, and just the outstanding men and human beings that you both are. I appreciate you more than each of you will ever know.
Well, thanks, Nick. I appreciate you having me on. It's an honor to be on with you. And Wesley, I love you. Love the family. And
love you, man.
Thanks
Tell
for
Stacy I said hello. Tell the kids.
We'll be together.
Yeah, and I hope
we'll get together
we
soon. And we'll do it again. When the season gets on, you need someone, you're bored, Nick, and there's nothing going on, give us a call. We'll get back on again.
Well, hopefully we have some touchdowns from quarterbacks to wide receivers this year, and I would love for you to come on and break it down in a post-game show.
We'd love to. Get us on.
You got it. Anytime. You guys are welcome. Gentlemen, thank you on behalf of the chat. Jets fans everywhere. This was awesome. Thank you. Ken,
thank you, guys.
If you have time, or you want to go back later and watch it, we're going to play another video that Cisco made for you on the way out. Wesley, thank you for the surprise.
No
Thank
problem.
you for popping in, gentlemen.
Yeah,
you guys
thanks,
are
Cisco is really good, man. I'll tell you, you made my day. I'll tell you that. All right, guys. Nice to see you.
Thanks.
Right,
okay, Wes. Thank you.
All right. Take care now.
Thank you, Ken. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks. Okay, got it. Thanks very much.
Woo! Are you kidding me? Cisco, we pulled it off. Perfect timing. Listen, I know you don't like coming on, but you're coming on right now. Awesome work. Fucking did it. Perfect. All right, folks, I can't tell you right now. I am on cloud 9. I was tearing up watching that as the Jet fan that I am. As the content creator I am, I hope you guys enjoyed that. But as the Jets fan I am, holy shit, what just happened? Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we got another video. I'm going to try to compose myself. Hit the like button. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. If you haven't already and you just saw that, what are you doing? Kenny O Raffle tonight, mini helmet, autographed jersey. We got compiling to do. All your questions, all your comments, Discord call in. Oh, what did we just watch? Amazing. I love this fan base. This is the best thing in the world. Go Jets.
in gangrene's name. For defenders closing fast, still believing till the last. 96 down open ground, history shaking every town. Every spiral told the truth, heart of iron, fearless youth. Some chase glory, some become the story every fan comes from. No white horse, just a Jets helmet, no sheriff's star, just number 7. The West may make, but legends don't. You can silence voices, not what they wrote. He's the gunslinger, still rides through the air. Echoes rolling louder than the cheer. Every banner, every flame, Jets forever, know his name. One last try, one last stand. The arm of the empire still commands. He's a gunslinger, the gunslinger, forever. Gangrene's gunslinger.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am putting names onto the wheel for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was great to hear from Ken. I know he doesn't do a lot of interviews. I told, for those of you who've been watching the program leading up to this, I've been talking about how great of a voice he has. I hope you guys appreciated that. And so, as always with this show, it's full disclosure, right? So, little peek behind the curtain. Talking to Cisco, and Cisco's doing all the great work. And I'm thinking to myself, I say to him, hey, what do you think about this? And I'm like, what if everyone wanted to hear about the Dolphin game. And I'm like, what if we leave that for the end? And what if I can get Wesley to pop in as a surprise? Cisco's like, are you kidding me? I'm like, oh, let me figure it out. So, and I had to wait a little bit longer, had to figure out from Ken how much time. And thank you, Ken, for staying on. If you're still watching, I know you said 30 to 45 minutes, but I have a knack on this show of always going over with the guests. So, Ken, if you're still watching, God bless you. Thank you. Nothing but love to you, my friend. And I called Wesley today, and I was like, hey, what do you think about this? Are you happen to be free or around this time to pop in? And he's like, I'll do it. He goes, send me the link. I'll be there. And you guys in the chat were awesome. Great questions. I hope you enjoyed that. And like I said, if you haven't already, yo, Holmes, you know what? You deserve a little credit because you were I was marking your quotes about Ken. Shows how dumb the Dolphins are. They should have put 11 in coverage. And I think there was one more. Coaches aren't the smartest guys in the world sometimes. Yeah, no kidding, Kenny. So, yo, Holmes, you had me cracking up being the quote, quoting the quotes. So, awesome. Thank you for doing that. You did have me cracking up. And MC Mays said Nick is living his childhood dream right now. You have no idea. You have no idea. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. That was something special. As a Jet fan, that was something special. I know I missed a couple of these guys. I am so sorry. John LG, member for 16 months, won an Emmitt Smith jersey early 90s before Christmas, traded it for a Ken O'Brien. The clerk thought he was crazy. No, just a KOB JETS fan. Thank you, John. And I'm so sorry I didn't get these on, guys. When they got talking, I became a fan watching. Ray, again, such a treat. I was at the game as well as a 16-year-old, and Mom dragged me out the lot before Wes's game-tying score, ran back in to see the win. Yeah, if you guys haven't, like, the final drive was miraculous. The Jets got the ball back. Mickey Schuler makes a crazy play to dive and get the ball out of bounds. And then there's 5 seconds left, and he hits Wesley over the middle when the Dolphins had 9 in coverage, and he throws it between 5 guys, and they get in, and then they get the ball, and the rest is history. But thank you, Ray, again. And Barney Miller, just a big hello and thanks for this. Go Jets. Phil Hannon with another super chat. My family had just moved to the USA from Ireland. I watched you for my first NFL game. Jet fan for 40 plus years. You introduced me to the NFL. Thank you. Jersey Jet, fucking awesome. Yeah, locked in. Harvey Bouchard gifted a channel membership that went to, let me find it. Infrared. What's up, Infrared? Saw you in the chat. And then he gifted another one that went to Mike D's Jets. Sorry, Lenny. Mike D's Jets. Discord members. Cisco just dropped the link in there. Call in. Let's get your takes. Let's get your thoughts. I am dying to hear what you guys have to say about this show. I'm glowing right now. I don't even know what to say. I was watching the chat when I brought Wesley in, and I think you guys, number one, were surprised, but I think that you love that. So I hope to God that was something. And you guys know me. I can't keep anything a secret. If I know something, I share it with you guys right away. I'm always excited to tell you the next thing, the next moment, the next thing to look forward to. And this is the first time, and I won't do it often, I promise you, but something like this, I wanted the natural reaction from everybody. Yeah, Scott, I am right now. I haven't. The last time I glowed like this was on my bachelor party. I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, my friend, a little different than Ken's, but my good friend, Kyle Clifton. What's up, buddy?
I'm telling you, my only regret is that Don Shula is not alive for you to bring him on as a guest to defend his defensive alignments. That was a great segment. That the talking about their defensive laps there and some of the chat's reaction. I just wanted to come on and say
when he was in the Dolphins, the chat lost it, and I'm sitting quietly, not to interrupt him, but I don't know if you saw me. I'm fist pumping.
Yeah, I just want to come on and say great job, and it's been a great get and a great couple of weeks of gets. And I just want to come on and say that I appreciate the work you put into it. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, buddy. That means a lot to me. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. John says, Nick, you need to make sure they come back during the season. You think I'm going to forget that? So when Wesley was on, we had this idea that after a good Jet victory, we have like Wesley's wide receiver breakdown. But if we're throwing the ball around and we have these weapons, like, yeah, we might have to have a Sunday night segment with, we don't have the film on a Sunday night, but maybe I could get something together. Trust me, don't worry. The wheels are turning. Host and producer will do what we can do, and we will make whatever happen that can happen. So I appreciate all you guys. Again, the call-in link is in the Discord for now, and with the amount of love shown tonight, we might end up posting it in the chat here as well. Yeah, Paul. Exact same thing that I thought when I heard his voice, and what Jake said. I sent the voicemail to Jake, amongst others who heard it, and he was like, "That's a credible voice. How's he not doing like broadcasting or something?" So my heart is racing. I don't even need to drink the coffee. I haven't touched the coffee. It's full. Remarkable. Yeah, Scott, that team holds a special place in my heart because that game made me a fan. 98 was the first time I was going to games on my own and with friends. So that team, I had a different level of fun with. And yeah, I love those guys. Wesley and I mentioned this the other day on the show. For all of you watching, thank you again. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the Nick Shine Show if you haven't already. If you haven't been paying attention, a lot of good shit is going on here, and want you to be a part of it. I saw all the comments, obviously, with them talking. I was just not able to get to all of them, but I'm glad that you guys enjoyed that. Larry says, have a watch party for them calling a game. I'm a different animal during a game. I'm a different animal. I was cursing out Rodgers during the Pittsburgh game last year and going a little crazy. I don't know about during the game, but they will have an open invite to join the show whenever they want. You know, Wesley has told me repeatedly. I'm doing laundry the other day and I'm working out, and in between sets, I'm texting with Wesley Walker about life. Nothing with the Jets, just about life, his grandkids, my kids, things going on with Nikki. Like, Wesley Walker is becoming a very good friend. So it's crazy to I've asked this question many times. I can't believe like this is my life right now. This is a lot of fun. Scott, if I didn't know you were sober, I think there was something else going on. Dude, number one, I was outside in the sun all day for 8 hours at my daughter's softball tournament that I was like in charge of. And now it might be a little bit of like tears welling up. I'm not going to lie. Also, yes, if you want more Wesley, go subscribe to Jets Worldwide, Snowball and Johnny. This Friday night, he'll be there. Ladies and gentlemen, another legend, the movie watching legend, Mr. Charles Gorman. How are you, sir?
Good. I just want to say once again, great job, buddy. As I said to you the last time when Wesley Walker originally appeared on the show, I feel the same. I felt the same things you were feeling: joy, excitement, nervousness, anxiousness, the whole 9 yards. When you get to meet your quote unquote entertainment heroes, it means a lot, man. And it rarely doesn't happen. It rarely happens to guys like us. So, I mean, Kenny O, I mean, my dad respected the hell out of him, you know, during the 80s and early 90s. Still think he's a bit of an underappreciated player to some degree because, we took him before Marino. Just because of that, and unfortunately, Ken O'Brien doesn't have the stats nor the longevity that Dan Marino had. But Ken O'Brien, I thought, from what I saw, especially during his 85 season where he led the entire NFL in passer rating, quarterback rating, stuff like that, it was a solid pro. I mean, obviously, he's in the College Football Hall of Fame, which is saying something. So, I mean, great show, buddy. Proud of you, man. From one friend to another, I'm happy for you.
Thank you, buddy.
I know. Speaking of movies, I have yet to do the movie review on the film that I just saw. I told them on Discord I'll review it after I spend time on your show. But I just want to come in here to congratulate you on having your man Ken O'Brien on the show. Once your video is over, I will share it with my dad via text. I'm sure he'll get a kick out of it.
You don't have to wait for the video to end. You can send it now.
I'm sorry. I forgot.
You can watch it from the beginning at any time.
Forgot about that. But yeah, I'll definitely share it with my dad. Obviously, he enjoyed a lot of Jets. Most of the Jet teams from the 80s. I think he would probably enjoy the 86 one a bit more, not because of the game, but because the Jets actually lasted a bit longer in the playoffs than the 85 team, even though the 85 team had a better record. I think 85, the Jets finished 11-5. 86, the Jets started off 10-1. They lost their last 5 games, but still made the playoffs. But, you know, once again, but I know I'm saying this a lot, but I'm so happy for you, man. And, you know, I couldn't be happy for you, man. I mean, from one friend to another, from one brother to another. Happy for you, buddy, and God bless.
Thank you, Charles. Have a great night, Charles. Enjoy the movie review. The Charles A. Gorman Show, ladies and gentlemen. Gator, member of the channel for 2 years. Oh, my God. That's awesome. Seems like yesterday we were making the Charles video as our first project together. Well done, brother. Tremendous moment for us old farts. When the Jets were competitive, those were the days. Todd was my OG. Maybe your next gets. Let's effing go. Well, I do have commitments from 2 other players. And I got to lock in the days and the times. but I promise you guys we're working on it. We have 2.5 commitments. We have 2.5 future commitments from former Jets players. Maybe their autographed photos are on the wall for those playing guessing games at home. Put those up last night. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun, and I'm glad. Yeah, Nate. You know what? Let him cook. Let him cook. Sometimes we get a crazy Charles call, and then other times he talks from the heart, and he cooked there. We're putting the raffle entries together, folks, and here's what we're gonna do. I know we've been keeping it exclusive to Discord, but for those of you not in Discord, again, here's what we're doing with the show. For the Discord, we're opening it up to anyone who wants to be in. And what we're going to do is we're tiering it. And if you are a paying recurring member of the channel, you'll have your name in a different color in there. And you're eligible for the raffle at the end of the month, exclusive to those who are paying recurring members of the channel. But we're going to open it up to everyone. It'll help with promotion of the show and you guys having input into the show. You know, the people who want to be a part of this community are more than welcome to. So a little adjustment on the previous plan, but life's all about adapting and redirecting. So that's where we're going. And ladies and gentlemen, you thought we had 2 great guests on before? Well, we have 2 right now. They're Michael Woodruff suspenders. Hello, sir.
Hey, you like my suspenders?
You're looking classy, bro. I like it. How you been?
Good. When was Ken O'Brien on your show today? I thought it was 8 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Oh, how did I miss that? Oh man, I was doing my laundry. That's why.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you can go back. That's the great thing about the internet. You can rewind it and check it out.
I always like Ken O'Brien. He's our homeboy, right?
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, and Wesley Walker. Remember Wesley Walker?
I remember him.
Yeah, if he stayed in the whole game, he would have been the best. Probably say with Jerry Rice. Better than Jerry Rice.
All right. I like it. I like it. You're cooking early today.
Yeah, I like that. That's true, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
I wish the Knicks won. Now the Jets go win.
Mike, from your lips and your fantastic mustache to God's ears.
Yeah, Dan Housen says the Jets. Dan Housen says go curse the Jets.
Yeah, we might have to put together a GoFundMe. Yeah, we might have to put together a GoFundMe and raise some human monies for Dan Housen to uncurse the Jets. His streak is quite remarkable right now.
Yeah, I think he would do. Yeah, he wants the Jets to win. He's a big New York fan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he
You're a big
like
New York fan.
Yeah, he doesn't like the Miz. He electrocuted him. he electrocuted the Miz, you know?
Yeah, well, I'm not up to date on everything, but I do know of Dan Housen. But I tell you what, Mike, when did you start watching?
Oh, Dan Housen?
No, my show tonight. My show, not Dan Housen, my show.
Oh, 8/11.
Okay, I'll tell you what. No spoilers in the chat. Mike, go back to the beginning, watch, and enjoy. Okay?
All right, Ken O'Brien.
You're going to love it. Watch the whole interview through with Ken O'Brien. There's a big surprise. I promise you, you're going to love it, okay?
Okay, I do love Ken O'Brien.
You're going to love the interview. Enjoy, Mikey. Have a good night, pal.
What time after your show I could go back on?
Yeah, after my show, you can come back on.
All right, that'd be good. That'd be easy.
Yep.
I know your show. It's easy to get on your show than the other people's show.
All right. Well, I try to make things easier for you, Mike, just like your suspenders holding up those fantastic pants of yours. Have a great night, my buddy.
You too. I'm glad to see you, brother. Okay, how you
Later,
shut
pal.
up? How you get me off?
I do not know how to get you off. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is what I get. This is what I get. Ray, my friend, how are you?
I think as I told you while we're emailing, I'm usually not the guy that goes in front of the camera, but first thing after seeing that last call, I think I should be okay.
Yeah,
But,
you're good.
And then you said, you put me on that Ken O'Brien thing. My heart is full, man. My heart is full. What can I tell you, man?
Awesome. Well, when you sent that to me the other day, I told you through the email, I will get it on to the stage and we'll talk about it. And then when Cisco saw it, he wanted to put it in the video too. So
yeah, and I also wanted to say, I wanted to say apologies because I actually thought it was Gator that made all those things because I followed Jake. So sorry, Cisco. Those are amazing packages that you guys put together. It's just amazing, and and it seemed like Wesley and Kenny O loved it. But man, what a treat, man. I was flabbergasted when I saw him in Santa Clara, and I'm just as flabbergasted now, man. And good get on you, man. I gotta buy you a drink when I see you one of these days, man.
I'm 3 years sober. I'll take a cigar.
Oh, all right. Well, no, I will buy you a Perrier.
Yeah,
no problem.
Coffee, water. Yeah, those.
There you go,
yeah, man. It's like I said earlier, when it started coming together, and the thought popped into my head about asking Wesley to join. I'm like, this is gonna blow the roof off the chat when I add Wesley to the show. And Ken didn't know it was happening either.
Unbelievable. That's unbelievable. You made a lot. You made a lot of 50-something New Yorkers and New Jerseyers that very happy.
Yeah, I hope. And if you guys haven't already, share this with your friends. Share it in your Facebook groups or your group chats, whatever, and just don't spoil it. Just say you have to watch the entirety of this interview.
Absolutely, man. All right, well, great job, man.
And you rocking the Kenny O jersey in Nashville?
Oh, for sure. Well, it's either that one or Klecko, right? So I'm old school all the way.
All right.
So we'll figure. Yeah. I think you'll probably see me in Kenny O just because.
Well, now I know what you look like from the photo and everything. It's not just getting an email. So now I'm going to point you out. I'm going to try to do what Kenny O did. I'm going to tap you on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, nice jersey."
Yeah, part of me is like, well, if he said, "Oh no, I don't remember that guy," whatever. But I was literally standing on top of a truck, with a beer in my hand and with some buddies of mine out in California, and he came. I was turned around and he goes, "Hey, nice jersey." And I was just, speechless.
Yeah. Well, as a viewer, what's your thoughts when Wesley popped on?
Ever since I sent you the image of me and Kenny O, then I went over and caught a little bit of the interview with Wesley, and that was just such a treat. Can you imagine being? Was he elementary school teacher or high school teacher?
Gym teacher,
a gym teacher. Can you imagine having him as your gym teacher, man? And just and you could just see, that he just has, love for people and love for the fans. But part of me is like, why don't I see more of people like Wesley or Al Toon or Freeman McNeil, or of course Kenny O'Brien, in the public eye, because there's still a lot of us out there. It's not World War II times. So it was just such a treat to see him, and obviously to talk about. That game is going to sit in my mind forever as well. My high school yearbook photo was my high school yearbook quote was, "Put out the fire and call in the dogs. We're going to Cleveland," by Charlie Steiner. For some, I don't even know. I think it was like they were going to the playoffs or something. I think they were going to the playoffs when they lost in double overtime. And I don't.
23-20, I believe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So now my
Awesome.
wife. So my wife is just seeing me now because she knows I don't usually go on camera. I'm very camera shy. So,
Well,
but
I'm glad that you did call in. You provided a pretty cool moment during the show with sharing the photo with us.
I'm,
So I'm grateful that you did, and I'm glad you enjoyed it.
thanks, Nick. I'll see you soon, man.
Have a great
Peace.
night, man. Take care.
Peace. Bye.
Awesome. Hawk, member for 24 months. Listen via earpiece while I was cooking and entertaining family. Awesome show. Having Wes and Kenny on together talking ball was legendary. Yeah. Thank you, Hawk. And I appreciate all you guys. I see all the great comments in the chat, all the positive comments. I see Daniel Meehan, our resident Dolphin fan, is here. I'm sorry if Ken O'Brien took some shots at the Dolphins, but you have to understand, and you're older than me, I believe. So those '80s rivalries were tough. So you can understand why the player feels like that. And he grew up a Jet fan. I didn't know that about Kenny O. I didn't know he grew up a Jet fan. Like the legend couldn't grow anymore. What a night. What a night. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we got Afram. What's up, pal?
Hey, that was fantastic. It brings back some memories. I'll tell you, I'm Kenny's age basically, so watching him brought back, we always right now the younger guys, the Patriots were, they hate the Patriots, but the Dolphins were despised back in the 80s. We despised that team.
Yeah.
And when they came back and they beat them 51-45, that was like a tremendous game for us. I'll never forget that game as long as I live. That was one of the greatest games. Just watching Wesley come on with him to surprise him. That was awesome. I wish.
What was that? I'm going to ask everyone who calls. What was that like as the viewer when you saw that? Like,
that was great. That was great because even Kenny was very surprised by it. I mean, like the previous.
Cisco's the only one that knew. Cisco, me, and Wesley were the only ones that knew.
And shout out to Cisco, the work, the songs that it's amazing. It's amazing. But like the previous caller said, we should have Freeman McNeil on, Dan Alexander, Joe Fitz, all these guys, but back then, introduce the history of this team back to the current fans, just to understand what we went through, what we watched, and what made us still watch this team regardless of what's going on. So
yeah, you know what's crazy too? The previous caller Raymond said that he mentioned World War II, but from that game to World War II was 40 years. From today to that game was 40 years. So it's amazing how long ago that game was when you look at the time lapse. And I'm 47. It was my first game. I know I'm not the oldest one, and thank God I'm not the oldest one here. But like just to see people who you and others, like Gator said, the older Jets fans, I'm glad that you guys enjoyed that moment because that's something that you don't get to see. Kenny O's not out there. He's not, in the public eye. No. So I wanted to make it a moment that people would be talking about for a long time. And I hope
even Richard Todd, even, I think it would be to be heard of is Pat Ryan, because Pat Ryan was a tough son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Couldn't care. He would stay in the last minute, take the hit just to make the pass. It was a great backup quarterback.
Well, I promise you this, and I promise the chat, we are not done growing our network here.
Not. It's just great.
We got a good thing going, and we have some doors have been opened for conversations that I never thought would be possible. And we had Connie on, we had Wesley on, we had Ken and Wesley together. So there's a good thing going on here, and
I think
we want to make sure we give the best product possible to the viewers. And it's a new day here on the show, and I'm glad that you guys enjoy this as much as we do. Putting it together.
Just said, you're doing what the Jets should have been doing.
Nice,
Cisco,
clip that.
Yeah, you are. You're doing what the Jets should have been doing up till now. You shouldn't have forget what brought this team together. Just because you took over, we should see these guys on the sidelines during games, like other teams.
Yeah,
Look at the Knicks. They have all those guys with there in the stands watching them, because it was their team. But keep up the good work, man. Be good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Black Gypsy, Shine, you should be our Jets historian for YouTube and give the old Jets players a place to tell their stories. Maybe it's already happening. Maybe. Folks, it's call-in link is there. Tonight's a big enough night where we'll put the call-in link back into the YouTube. It's been exclusive to Discord the last couple weeks, but I felt that tonight was big enough to share it out. We got a lot of good stuff going on, not only just on this show, but in our Jets community as well. If you haven't already, make sure you get your tickets. Speedos? Cannonballs? Chicken fights? Oh my.
Here we go. Don't miss out on the biggest and best meetup of the year. Saturday, July 11th, Atlantic City, New Jersey. HQ2 Beach Club. We're taking over, baby. At 12 p.m., it's the Gangrene Beach Club. Hosted by some of your favorites. Jake Hasman, Rich Samini, Brandon Journey, Fireman Ed, Connor Hughes, Antoine Staley, Brian Costello, Ryan Sampson, Zach Rosenblatt, Will Parkinson, Frankie V, Omari Brown, Matt O'Leary, Green Bean, Brian Delaney, Richie Marula, Robbie Sabo, Dom C, Joe Blewett, Nick Faria, Paul Boy Greenesden Jr., Bree Martinez, Nick Shine, Tyson Roush, plus a special appearance by Gangrene legend Wayne Crevette. Get your tickets now. Must be 21 or older. Who's subject to change?
All right. We have another creation from Cisco. We're going to play that right now. Call-in link is there. Ken O'Brien, autographed jersey, and mini helmet going off at the end of the show. It's Sunday night. It's Shine Time in prime time. Raffle entries are doubled. How do you watch this show and not want an entry? Get your ass in there. I think this one we got to play still. We have 3. Enjoy, folks.
Al Marciano with me, several Jets fans. They're all yelling, who is Ken Davis? Mike Eisenberg won a trip to the Super Bowl a few years ago with the most first-round selections. And today, Bill Bryan, picked by the Jets, Ken O'Brien. You had, up until this point, you had 12 perfect picks.
Right. Well, I thought that, the talk was that the Jets were going to go for a quarterback, but everybody said if Marino was going to be around at that time, they'd take Marino. Obviously, the Jets know something that, the people up here don't. Ken O'Brien was a surprise pick to the fans, but the Jets draft over the past few years has been impressive. So, we shall see in a couple of years how.
Nobody knew what was coming around. Just a football and a roll to chase. Little faith and a lot of grace. Never asked for a guarantee. Just a chance to prove what I could be. Every snap, every scar, every prayer, I left a little piece of me there. Looking back now, I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause I left it all out there. Every Sunday cheese. 96 yards down the field, Wesley running, crowd standing still. One perfect throw, one perfect flight, frozen forever in New York nights. Some moments fade, some moments never leave, 'cause I left it all out there. Every Sunday in the air, every throw beneath Bell's lights, every battle of refine. From the first time they called my name to the day I walked away, I gave this game my heart and soul, and I do it all the same. 25,000 yards and counting, a lifetime built one play at a time. The scoreboard fades, the memories stay long after the final whistle blows away. And if you ask me what I'm proud of, it ain't records on a page. It's 17 made every fan, every moment in that game. Yeah, I left it all out there, in the cold and in the rain, in the roar of the Meadowlands, in every victory and pain. And when they tell the story, I hope they say one thing: he wore that green with pride and gave it everything. Yeah, left it all out there, and that's enough for me.
What a night. What a night. So, you know what I'm going to say. If you've been watching this show and you've been watching the last couple weeks, man, I wish my dad was here. God damn. Oh, I wish Big Papa Shine's Papa Shine was here. That's what we used to call him. I was Big Papa Shine, but he was Big Papa Shine's Papa Shine. So I wish he was here. Cisco, great work, my friend. I appreciate you so much. And God's time, man, that you went through my life when you did, and these things are just all taking off, bro. I appreciate you more than you will ever know. And I saw you after it was done and I played the first video, I did a Charles Gorman. I got up and I'm pacing around the room and I just started like jumping and and I see him reacting to me jumping around because I forgot he could see me. But yeah, this is pretty freaking cool. I'm not gonna lie. And trust me, I've seen some of you mention in the chat, when Freeman McNeil returns the call to Ken, I will try to plant the seed that maybe there's a discussion there as well. Again, Jets fans, and I'll tell you this, bad omen for the night. My armrest popped out and the screw came out and the washer's rolling around on the ground right before the show starts. And I always lean on this side. And I'm like, where the fuck's the Allen key? Like, I'm in a full-blown panic. And then I just let it ride. So tonight was so good. I don't think I'll ever fix the armrest because it will constantly remind me of this night. Folks, again, call-in link is there. If you haven't called in a while, call in. Let's. I don't want this show to end. I don't want this night to end. This has been it's pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. This tonight is pretty cool. You know, I got into it a little bit, but 40 years ago, this September will be 40 years. I was at my first game. The two of them beating the Dolphins that day is what made me a Jet fan. That was the first domino in 40 years of dominoes leading to tonight. You just think about all those moments in life where you can make a decision to go left or right or straight. And it led to this. Like, the Jet fan in me is out of his mind. God is good. That's all I'll say. God is good. Make good decisions, good things happen. If you need more proof than what I've gone through the last 4 years of the transformation and the change and all the great things happening, I love this team. I love this fan base. I love that I have Ken O'Brien and Wesley Walker as contacts in my phone that I can discuss things with. And trust me, that's Wesley's second, but Ken's first. Neither of them will be their last visit here on the show. Kella says, calm down, Nick. Bigger things are coming for you. Broadway Joe will be on your show too. Go Jets. Who knows? Who knows? We will all show update. We will be putting out shorts. We will be releasing videos. Share them. Tell your friends. Like, you're not going to believe this moment. You got to watch this show. Please. I love you guys. Your promotion of this can help get the word out there. You know, if you're in other chats, say, hey, you got to go see Nick's show the other night. You got to see what him and Cisco pulled off. Just, it's remarkable. That's pretty cool. That I can't even put thoughts together right now as the Jet fan, as the kid. Like, I watch these guys, and now I'm like, all right, I'm talking to them, and I'm friendly with them when you're 47 years old. Oh, Frank, we'll talk. I just got a message from Frank West. We'll talk, Frank. All right. Hey. Oh, Cisco, we're having a good cigar tonight. We're going into the best cigar that I have in the humidor with about 55 in there right now. We're going big. We're going big. I wish I could sit there and hand out cigars to all of you in the chat and we could just sit around and talk about this. But all right. We got to refocus.
To the member.
And listen, when I look at this, Marino wouldn't have done well in New York. That perm, that wouldn't have worked. He wouldn't have done well here. That hair would have not. That hair wouldn't have worked out. Everything happens for a reason. 69 of you watching here in the chat. Nice. Chef Kev, it feels like we won a chip. Continued success, bro. That'd be 2 chips this month, bro. 2 chips this month. For some of you, not all of us. So MC Mays is the complete opposite of me. I was ecstatic to talk to Kenny O because he made me a Jet fan. He says, I have a bone to pick with Namath. He made me a Jet fan. All right. I get it. It hasn't always been the best, but Mays, it brought all of us together. So there's my Nick Shine. Find a positive in anything. And but Chef Kev, thank you. And Chef Kev doing what Chef Kev does. And Chef Kev, I'll tell you right now, this is yours. You won the Kenny O autographed jersey the last time. I have it right here waiting for you. I know we got to get together. If I got to bring it to AC, I will bring it to AC. But this is what Kev does. He pops in at like the end, right before we spin the wheel, and he puts in a super chat. And then you will see Chef Kev's name again. I'm sure that this is his move. He's very good at it. Good luck to everybody who's entered. Again, raffle entries tonight are doubled. The wheel will be going off shortly. I'm down to take a few more calls. get Chef Kev on the wheel. Very sneaky, sneaky. I am very sneaky, sneaky. Mr. Deeds. Sneakily a good movie. All right. Let's get our focus back on the New York Jets. Drop your questions about this team, the old teams. It's Sunday night. Hit the like bar. Are we at 100 yet? We got to be at 100 likes. How are we not at 100 likes after that moment? We're at 96. Come on. We got to get there. 4 of you got to hit the like button if you're watching. Hawk, comment of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Last time Nick had an erection this long was as Maniac Madness during Leanie Quinn's Cinderella run. Well, what a comment. What a time. Because if there's anyone to discuss Leanie, if there's anyone to discuss erections, what's up, Johnny?
Hey,
listen, man, it timing is everything in life.
Dude, first off, amazing, bro. Like, you deserve this. I mean,
thank you.
Watching you for so long, and I mean, I remember, you know what I mean, to where you're at and just the production level. And bro, I remember us always talking about Kenny O, and I used to always be like, yo, my pops loves that dude. And yeah, he's better than fucking Marino. And you used to be like, damn right he is. If you look up the stats, he always upped Marino every time they played each other head to head. So yeah, definitely, man. Dude, I don't know how you try to hold it in, because
I did. If you watch me, I wasn't holding it. Or you mean the news or the tears?
Well, yeah, like just all of that, bro. Because I mean, I instantly thought about your pops. Like, I just remember you talking about your dad, you know, and having the conversation you used to have with him. So like, I was just like, damn, you know, I was watching it with my pops. I called my dad. I said, hey, Dad, you need to put this on. And he's there, and he just starts talking to me. And real dope moment that you hit me up on the IG, because I told you how my fandom started. And with the World Cup, they showed Tony Mignola up there, and you were the only person that understood what I meant by that, because that's how I became a Jet fan. You know, like it, dude, you killed it, man. So like, I just came up here, man, to give you your flowers. You deserve it, and it's only gonna just continue to keep going up, man. I mean, shit's dope, bro. So it's
and you guys, Friday night, 7:30. Wesley Walker will be on Jets Worldwide with you and Snowball, man. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's definitely awesome. The connections that we made during I mean, you kind of said it too. It's like the connections that are being made. It's what's bringing a lot of this stuff to light. And dude, Wesley Walker is proud to have his number and be able to talk to him, and he will talk to you.
Yeah,
it's unreal. You know, he's such a nice dude, bro. Like, one of the most.
I had to yell at him today. And I was like, you don't understand how much I appreciate it, how awesome you are. He's like, oh, Nick, I'm just a regular guy. I go, you are not a regular guy. You are a legend, and you are going to allow me to call you that.
yeah, dude. We're so pumped to have him. I mean, we're going to open up the phone lines, right, to get everybody to ask him questions. It's going to be timed, you know, but shit, to be able to talk to him and get that. I mean, there's OGs that are here that would love of a chance and opportunity to be able to do that. So appreciate Cisco too, man, bringing that out. And you too, man. You guys have been supporters. I mean, we shot you guys out on Just for Wide all the time. And dude,
boys,
I just
man.
You know,
we're boys. Everyone wants. I want to see everyone. I want to see everyone rise together. I want to see everybody on the come up. I want to see all my friends succeed in life.
Yeah, and hell yeah, dude. I mean, bro, like I said again, man, you're killing it. Keep it going. I'm excited for what's going to the future and what's going to bring. It's only going to continue to keep getting better. You know, it's like for you, Kenny O is what Mark Sanchez is to me. You know what I mean? Like, and I know a lot of people don't like Mark Sanchez like that and anything.
Is that a cultural thing or
no? Because he's more of like, no, I know you are, but like he was drafted. You saw the success.
How old are you?
I'm 39.
Oh my god!
So,
I thought you were so much older.
Yeah.
Kidding.
So you know,
so 10 years. Yeah, that was. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like that's a guy that I would be like, holy shit, you know, if I could. But this is my dad's dude. Like, you know, my pops always talks about Kenny O. Always talks about how fucking strong of his arm was. And then the placement of the ball that he would put it in, you would be like, yo, like I don't think there's anybody else that could do that. You know, Joe, he always compared it to like Joe Namath-ish, right? So yeah, dude. I mean, again, it's between Mark and Chad because that was the era of it all. But dude, just yeah, man. I'm here. I'm trying to bring back the flight crew. You know, I think that's been my goal on wanting to do that. I don't know what else to say, but yeah, I can't wait for the upcoming. It's gonna be Snowball, man. Dude, Snowball is so pumped because I mean he talks about it all the time. So the community that is being built is just so tight knit, man, and it's awesome to be able to see you shine.
Imagine if we start winning games, John. Imagine if we get good. Imagine if there's a playoff push,
bro. Like it. And like I know you're not a Knicks fan, right? But
I'm sorry, you're breaking up. I can't hear you.
But you saw that, right? And again, like. You know, like my aunt's not doing well, and she was able to see that. And her talking to me about like how watching sports is what helped her learn English. It goes deeper than sports, man, and that's what this community is doing. So, but dude, playoffs, hell yeah, bro. Dude, I'm all in, bro. Like I really think we're gonna surprise a lot of people. I love what they're building. They continue to keep building it. So they're doing it the right way. Like we've always said, you know, don't fucking get all these like guys that are fucking over the hill and you just want to do it because you want to sell tickets. No, get guys that are young, but get the good mix of the vets that would be able to assist them. So can't wait, man. Nick, keep killing it. Cisco, the production level is dope on what you're doing, man. Keep that shit up. You know, hey man, hey, I think Cisco is Dominican, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I've never asked. He's not in the back right now. He walked away.
Oh, did he? All right.
I've never asked. I don't see.
I was gonna say, man. Ask him. I was gonna say, yo, some plátano power there for you, Nick. Is what you needed, dog. You know.
Hold on. Say that again so I can put that in ChatGPT.
It's plantain power.
I know. I'm kidding.
So, but yeah, dude.
I'm not that white. I know a little bit of cultural stuff.
I mean, you are tan right now, so
I am.
Yeah, it's a good look. It's a good look, man. So
I'm trying. I do have the tank top, like farmer's tan.
Oh yeah.
So the other day I had the tank top on and it moved, and my kid, what the hell is that? And I'm like, oh, what this? And I showed the white part. The white part is whiter than my hat, so there's a bright white like T-top on. So. Whatever.
Hell yeah, man. I mean, hey, it looks good on you. It looks good on you. So, but hey, keep killing it, man. Dude, there's a lot of people that are so proud of you, man. And just in the background, like, even though I don't, because you know, man, you've seen it. I've been so busy, dude, with the kids. The kids are getting older, but I'm still here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still here seeing the show. I'm always hitting the like and making sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure you see me there. I just don't. Get on like I used to and shit, but still fucking killing it, man. And just we're in the background watching and proud as shit. So
thank you, brother. And you guys are doing great work as well. I was enjoying your conversation on Friday night, and I had to join up and become a member.
Hey, we appreciate that. I mean, shit, I've been a member. I don't even know how long, man. I remember that I didn't know how to set it up as automatic when this whole shit was really going, and I was like, nah, I am a member, bro. It's like, but then the automatic now is way easier. So keep killing it, man. Hey, I can't wait for the next one to see who it is.
I'm being texted about potential next ones. Plural.
Yeah, so that's
so stay tuned.
How crazy is that, right? It is the craziest thing. Like you're like, there's numbers on my phone that I'm like, I can't believe I have this individual's number. Like this is fucking crazy, you know. So
yeah,
just dude, keep crushing it. Again, proud of you, shit, man. The Nick Shine Show. If you guys have not already hit the like, if you guys are ready, if not sub, what are you doing? And Leanie, she already knows. That's all I have to say. Shout out to Leanie.
I'm Leanie's hall pass. If everyone needs to be reminded, everybody says that Leanie's their hall pass, but I'm Leanie. So all of you choosing her, she's stiff arming and choosing me.
I mean, if she told you that to make you, if she told you that to make you smile, I'm the one that gets put to the on the you know, the night table right there. So I'm Antonio Banderas, and if you guys are movie buffs, you know what I'm talking about. So maybe
still
maybe
not Nick Shine in Leanie's world though, bro. Have a great night, man. Thank you for calling.
Right. Peace. Be good, man.
Oh, great call from Johnny. Again, go check them out. Now, I made a comment earlier during the interview with Ken O'Brien, and it was 100% directed at this next caller. You gonna give Ken O'Brien shit for being optimistic, bro? What's up? Me and Ken O'Brien on the same page. What's up?
There's a crazy lag.
For me or for you?
For you.
It's obviously for you.
Oh man! Congratulations. I'm gonna call back in because the lag is just crazy. I'm trying to talk to myself in the future.
All right.
I'll call back in.
All right. Look at that. I called him out and he bounced. Nick Shine wins the argument. TKO, Mike Tyson level knockout. Black Gypsy, see ya. All right, call back in. Now there's a lag. Oh, now there's a lag. Nick makes a point. Now there's a lag. Great job. That's right. That was next to the Wesley. That was my favorite part. When Ken said he's an optimistic fan, I'm like, you are on the right show, my friend. Yeah. Great text from Cisco. Hey, Gary, that's how it's done. Better?
That's streamer.
I don't think there was a lag. I just didn't think you lit the blunt yet. So I just think you were lagging, not the connection.
Shit, you know what I mean? Yeah. So congratulations. This was a dope ass interview.
Thank you. You enjoyed it?
I saw all of it. I was in the background packing while listening. I like the fact that we're getting like different views from the players of how they view the team, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And we're getting the stories. The stories is what I'm here for because like these are my dad's players. Like my dad loved these players. So like because my dad loved these players is why I ended up liking Curtis Martin. Like I mean, like I would hear stories, but I was too young to really care. But when it was my turn, like it was because of those stories. And it's always the Jets until you find your player. So it's dope. I like the fact that you're the guy, specifically you being the guy of all the Jets content creators to get these images. Because I remember Shine from before Shine now. So the fact that like you started this show while under the influence and you still saw it all the way through to now that you're getting to see the other half of it, like paying off. There's nothing better than that feeling, brother. When you start something in a crazy mental, but you know it's a good thing, and then you get to the other side where you can actually do the thing, that's badass.
Yeah. Thank you. That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. Like there's not even a close second. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
When it comes to this is actually awesome. Your Jets takes are nonsense. Like I love you. but you're way too optimistic. I can't do it. Even Kenny O last year, what did he say? He was like, yo, last year the staff shit the bed, basically. This is what he said. He's the nice version of
I've said that as well.
Yeah, it's the nice version of saying it. Like, ugh. Like he put the face on too, like, ugh. Man. He saw what we saw. He had the same questions that we had, and he's a player. So like it's gotta drive you nuts, bro.
Yeah, but you still, I mean, he knows football better than us. So I mean, he's looking at it and he sees some things, obviously, and he's probably got questions as a former player on why they doing.
I would love unfiltered conversation, the unfiltered cigar conversation with Kenny O, where he's telling you everything that he sees and all the things that he thinks. Like that would be just the goal. Like that would be a Patreon, like a conversation where you can actually talk, and then only subscribers that pay to the Patreon can come on and listen to that conversation. And it wouldn't be in the YouTube algorithm, so you get to keep it.
Yeah, right. Well, listen, Wesley and I have already agreed to a dinner when they come out, and if they're coming out together, I will have those. They might not ever hit the air.
Yeah, don't ever but we want to hear the stories. We're here for the tea. I want to hear the tea about how they think about the team, like what it was like playing. Like the thing I like about every Jet player that I ever hear from the 80s, the 90s, and like up to where Rivas was there, was so much about the team trying to make it for each other. Like they were trying to do whatever they could basically to win. Like if this guy's doing it, yeah, I'm throwing it. Like they played as a team, even though you have like diversions in team, but still like I like that. Like looking at our team last year and a couple of years, we don't seem like this team. Like these guys wanted to be there for each other.
And you know what? As great as Quinnen Williams was as a player, I look at him as the poster child for that, right? Like I look at Quinnen as the guy who played, but not the guy that rallied people or bring them together. And listen, not everyone has that in their DNA, so I'm not really knocking him for it. But if you're the guy with the big contract, you should be the guy leading the team and bringing them together. You know, we know we're going to get that with DeMario. We know we're going to get that.
He came into a shit show, bro. The organization was a shit show. Like
I get that, but you can still find ways to lead and rally. The only time Quinnen ever got fired up was when he was pissed off about the percentage of plays. His play, not the team's, not letting up scores, not missing assignments. He was worried about him.
Yeah. I'm proud of you, bro. This was dope.
Thank you, buddy.
This is cool. I like you interviewing the legends. Like, I think that's fucking awesome. For the Jets media to not have done this already, it's kind of crazy. Because you have so many of those players. It makes me wonder how many of the ex-Jet players really are in touch with the organization anymore. Like, where they actually are like remembered and they want to come around and be a part of the Legends game. Because the Legend games, a lot of them don't show up. I mean, so.
Well,
and that leaves questions like, is this guy still around? Like, to hear him talk about McNeil, because hearing you talk to him or hearing him and O'Brien talk is hearing my dad and my uncle talk. Like, they're talking about the offensive line. They're talking about this guy. This guy is getting beat. Like, the same thing you're saying. Why is he looking back? There's no one even close to him. He's already wide open down the field.
I think it's funny when you watch the Wesley highlights. He's doing this, and there's like 7 yards, and he's running away from people. But maybe it's for his like entertainment purposes. Like, how far back is that guy?
Or he didn't realize how fast he was. But he didn't.
Rossini quote. Do you think I was going to go a whole show without one, Cisco?
And I think he actually realizes how fast he is. I think that's just the swagger in the way he played. Like, I'm gonna look back.
Said it. Did you catch it? He goes, even when I lost a step, I was still running away from people.
On a strict, like I can have a water diet.
Yeah.
Shit yourself on the plate.
I'm online. You have 2 seconds.
Huh?
I'm online. You like 2 seconds.
What?
Jeff, I'm online. Give me like 2 seconds.
He's talking to his friend Nick. His friend Nick, who he loves and always talks positively about. Never says anything negative about, and never disagrees with me.
She's already gone, so you hear none of that. So.
I heard it in the chat. Heard it. That's all that matters.
See, hear none of that, bro. But yeah, man, I'm proud of you, though. This is awesome. Keep on doing these. These are dope. I like these.
we are working on it, and I've already received text messages, and there's more to come. I don't know when. I don't have dates locked in, but you're in the Discord. You'll know. As soon as I get something locked down, you'll know.
And Cisco production wise,
yeah,
on top of his shit. Like he's killing. I like the songs. Like it matches the era of when they played, so they can get into it. Like
yeah. Yeah, and Cisco knows I love country, so he'll make like there's the rock version, and then he'll make the country version just for me. Yeah. So, but we share it all. He does tremendous work, and I'm blessed to have him on board with the program. And for those of you watching, like it's we've been saying it together, and we're saying it's our show now. You know, I've always said that with the chat. It's our show. Like I just hope that you guys see the show, get booked in YouTube, look at it, and be like, you know what? I want to be there. That's a fun time. That's a cool place to hang out. I want to join that.
Good times.
Hell yeah. Where you going? You said you were packing.
Germany.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going for 2 months.
2 months?
Yep.
What the hell's going on for 2 months?
I go on vacation, bruh.
Are you on the run? Is your passport match your name? Like, what are we doing here?
Run,
2 months out of the country. It's like, all right, it's either military or.
I worked the whole year with no breaks to take this break.
Like a teacher, you get the summer off.
Yeah.
Nice. Are you going around to different? Like, are you doing like the whole like country? Like,
gonna do Portugal, Morocco, and Germany. My girl lives in Germany, so
you got my numbers and you got the Discord. Send me pictures, man. That sounds really awesome.
We're doing Nuremberg too, so I'll send y'all pics from the car.
Yeah.
Oh, do it every time I go, bro. Every year I go, I do Nuremberg. Have to.
Are you gonna be able to call in?
I probably should be able to, because on the passenger laps, I'll be on the passenger side because you have to register every time, unless you show up with your own car. So, yeah, I can call in so y'all can see the track and drive with me. That'd be dope.
That'll be really cool to have.
But
And
I'm 6 hours ahead of you guys, though. So,
well, the training camp. So, for those of you watching, if you haven't heard this yet, training camp days that there's practice will be on at night. As soon as I get home from work, either 6:30, as soon as Jake ends, basically, we'll go live. We'll do a training camp recap every day. What happened at practice, the storylines, the big plays, the press conference, the interviews, and that'll be earlier. So that'll be 6:30. That might help you out with, what is there, a 6-hour difference?
Yeah, that'll be 12:30. Yeah, I should be up still.
All right, well, you're on vacation, but I get it. You're doing vacation stuff, but safe travels to you, my friend. And
thank you.
Have a great time. That's awesome.
Try.
All right, bro. Good luck tonight in the raffle too. I know you got a bunch of entries in there.
Yeah. Gang.
If you win, I'm not going to send the. I'm not going to send the. Oh. Got another one.
I know. I saw.
The text just came in. We got another one.
Hoorah.
Hoorah. Have a great time. Be careful. And please call in, send pictures in the Discord, whatever.
I'll call in when I can.
All right, bro. We'll talk soon. And if you win, I'll keep your prize till you get back. I'm not going to send it to you if you're not there.
Yeah. Gotcha.
It might be on the wall for 2 months. I'm not going to lie. Like, if it's a Kenny O, I might just put it on.
Do it, bro. Do it. I'll
We're family. What's mine is yours. What's yours is mine.
Gang.
Enjoy my vacation. Goodbye.
All right, man. What?
Peace. I love the banter that me and him have together. Afram with a super chat says, "Thanks for bringing back those memories. This is why I will always be a Jet fan." Yeah, this is pretty cool. This seeing the older fans and their enjoyment of today, and I just got another message. We'll iron out all the details, but we do have another former Jet. Where is it? Oh, it's upstairs. Oh, it's upstairs. But good things are happening, folks. We got another New York Jet committed to join the show. Things are rolling in the right direction here. And I will say this. The old timers are going to enjoy this one. But folks, last call. Get your raffle entries in. It's Sunday night. Shine time in prime time. Raffle entries are doubled. That man right there, guest on the show tonight, Ken O'Brien, friend of the Nick Shine Show, produced by Cisco Lopez, music by Blitz BK. Nope. Oh, the membership raffle will be this week. I'm targeting for a Tuesday show. So Tuesday will be the 30th. Tuesday is also Tomageddon. Very special day in the Nick Shine world. 3 years ago, Tuesday will be, it's 3 years since I lost the toe. So we'll have fun with that. But Tuesday night, we'll be doing the members raffle. No, Diana Rossini, it's not that type of raffle. Calm down. All right. Before we get to the end of the show, we are almost at the 2-hour, 20-minute mark. I might regret this. We do this every so often here. Let's go 3 minutes. I'll match gifted memberships the next 3 minutes. Max of 25. So, ladies and gentlemen, I see you laughing in the back. You're got a wicked sense of humor. I will, once we have the show and the date locked in, I will announce. I'll give you guys a hint right after this.
Yo. Engine roar when the jet takes flight. Green lights glow in the Jersey night. Skyline lit when the squad ignite. Engine rolling, yeah, the jet takes flight. Yo, every show we bring the jets all through, the speakers clear. Real fan talk, we survive rebuilding years. Seen quarterbacks come, we seen them disappear. Still solid with my team, no bandwagons here. Green stitch to my fibers, won't switch to the Niners. Quick like Vic, I see victims in my visor. Jets gloss is heavy, but the pride is never left. Stood 10 toes down when the season felt like death. New season feels like fresh air. New OC and QB, man, I always love the fresh pair. Like the man Jordans that I'm rocking with my Jets gear. Hoodie but no cap out, never play it off, but we gotta get the Jets there. Let's share ideas for this team for this next year. It's fair to think we'll do better in those big chairs. Shit, yeah, hire Dream Bean to run this shit here. Take this playoff streak and make it disappear. Engines roar when the Jets takes flight. Green lights glow in the Jersey night. Skyline lit when the squad ignite. Engine rolling, yeah, the Jets takes flight. Jets takes flight.
Also, we owe a couple of these from earlier.
Here we go, baby. J-E-T-S, Jets, 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 let's go, baby.
All right. Well, you guys are awesome. All right. Here's what we got so far. I'm updating the names. Phil gifted another one that went to Chad Miner. Thank you, Phil. Cisco Lopez, ladies and gentlemen, he gifted 5 more, and I'm not getting yelled at. We got a good relationship. I don't want to ruin it. I'm going to play this first.
Here we go, baby. J-E-T-S, Jets, 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 let's go, baby.
All right. I try to type fast while the video's playing. His 5 went to Fernando B, Justin Galassi, Scotty Mayhem, no relation to Mikey Mayhem, that we're aware of. Adam Alexander Horvath, 3 Sibs, Sibs 3. Thank you. Appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a channel member, make it rain the SL Cisco Lopez channel emoji. Also, while you're there, make it rain the Kevin Tattoos channel emoji. He gifted 5 as well.
Here we go, baby. J-E-T-S, Jets, 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 let's go, baby.
His 5 went to JP Figs, Sco, Randy 2330, Thomas Sandler, Planet for Us. Thank you, Kevin. You are the man. Appreciate you. Dre Day's not getting left out. Dre gifted a channel membership that went to Mark 0182. Thank you to you fine, distinguished, outstanding gentlemen. I know earlier in the show, Leany gifted 5.
Here we go, baby. J-E-T-S, Jets, 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 let's go, baby.
All right, let's save that. Okay. I'm still old man interneting. I try. All right, let's do this. That was 12. Boom, 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 boom. Load, YouTube. Load. All right, my turn. You guys gifted 12. So I'm dropping 10. Thank you for everyone who supports the channel in every way that you guys do. Again, please take the link, share it, send it out to people. Like, you're not going to believe what you missed. Watch this. My 10 went to Nicholas Carnavale, Bobby Scott, Jets Forever, Big Steve, Jets Fan 1031, T Rivera, Jet Up Buttercup, Australia So Off the Chain, Chog Dog, DNY for Life, Taylor D'Onofrio, actually, good friend of the show, just called in, Black Gypsy. His membership went to Taylor D'Onofrio. So thank you. So that brings us to, let's see where we're at. That was 13. And then Leany and Eli both gifted 5. And Phil gifted 5. All right. Let's just gift 5 more. You guys are awesome. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of this program. Thank you for being a part of this ride. This is pretty cool. I can't even begin to explain. As Nick, the Jet fan, I can't believe that this is going on. As the content creator, I'm very proud of the program. I'm very proud of where we've come from. Like Johnny said before, and Black Gypsy, what it used to be to what it is now. I'm very proud of the product that we're putting out there. And thank you to everyone for being a part of this and the fun that we're having and the memories that we're bringing back up with the Wesley and Connie and Ken, and then Ken and Wesley together. Producer and I will be at work tonight getting the videos together, the highlights, the moment Wesley joined Ken on the show. We will send that out in the Discord. Please get that out there. Get that out into the universe. That's a viral moment. That's a viral Jet moment. So my 5, before we spin the wheel, went to Bobby Cruz, Tom Stokes, Ryder and Talon's Pa, Marchie Man, Bronx Jet Fan, Big Country 87. Folks, it's that time. Last call for entries. And random comment, smooch the cooch, y'all. That's just random, but when I see it and it makes me chuckle, it gets on air. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do let's see. We're going to do you know what? We're going to play this one again. Cisco worked hard on this. We're going to play this again. When the video's over, we're going to do the raffle. Last call for raffle entries. Enjoy. It's Kenny O. Oh, you didn't know?
One born drive. Friday night dreams and a football in hand. Small town kid with a big time plan. Stepped into New York when the lights burned bright. Never back down from a heavyweight fight. Cold wind blowing through the Meadowland sky. 40,000 voices and the battle cry. Every snap earned, every yard hard won. Never ran from pressure, never turned to run. I wasn't chasing fortune, wasn't chasing fame, just wanted the football and a chance to win the game. Give me one more drive, one more shot tonight. Put the game on my shoulders, I'll be alright. Through the pain and the noise, through the fire and the crowd, I wore that green with pride. I still stand proud. Sunday warriors lined up across the line, coming for my number every single time. Still stood tall when the pocket collapsed. Eyes down, fear, never looking back. Brothers in the huddle, hearts on the line, fighting for each other, every yard we'd find. Blood, sweat, bruises, broken dreams. That's what being a jet means. I wasn't built for headlines, wasn't built for show. I was built for fourth quarters when the temperature drops low. Give me one more drive, one more shot tonight. Put the game on my shoulders, I'll be alright. Through the pain and the noise, through the fire and the crowd, I wore that green with pride. I still stand proud. Years roll by, but the memories remain. Every touchdown pass, every loss, every game. You can keep the spotlight, you can keep the fame. I'd do it all again for the love of the game. Give me one more drive, one more chance to lead. Put the ball in my hands, that's all I'd ever need. Green on my shoulders, jets in my soul. Once a jet, forever. That's a story told.
All right, folks. We're ready to spin the wheel. But I wanted to give you guys a little hint, a little clue as to who our next guest. Well, I don't know if he'll be next, but the next person we have a commitment from. That's a Super Bowl ring, ladies and gentlemen. That is a Super Bowl III replica, of course. But I'll tell you this. The next time you see one of these on this show, it will be the real one. So, to my old timers out there, we got a gift coming for you guys. But ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. Let's save this. Good luck to everyone. Again, it's winner's choice on this show. If you win the first spin, you pick the jersey or the helmet. And then the second winner will get whichever is left over. Both prizes tonight are Kenny O'Brien autographed. The jersey's en route. The helmet, I will get shipped directly to that winner. Let's add this. And let's see who we add. You know what? I love this because so many people have like embarrassing advertisements. I'm not embarrassed. It's coffee. This vacation. It was a coffee ad. I'm like, you know what? People got some questionable searches out there on the interwebs. Not me. It's coffee. It's vacation spots. It's, hey, ChatGPT, build me a 3-day vacation in Nashville for a sober person to enjoy. Stuff like that. I'm not ashamed of my internet searches anymore, like some of you freaks out there, Charles. All right. We had the two players that made me a Jet fan. We're going to shuffle it twice for the two legends that were on the show tonight. Oh, you just refreshed. There we go. All right. We're going to go. Oh, no, that would be the spin. 1, 2. Good luck. And thank you to everyone, as always, for your contributions to the channel and helping this channel be what it is. This went to Derek. Derek, the Kansas Jet fan. I don't know if he's in the chat. Cisco, tag him on Discord. Let him know he won. All right, we're going to remove all instances. We're going to shuffle it 2 times again. Again, thank you, everybody. I hope I get to send a prize to everyone at some point. I've sent this guy prizes before. Kevin Tats. I got his address. I think I know his address by heart. Congratulations, Kevin. Also in the Discord, Cisco, if you could tag him, let him know. Derek has first choice. Thank you, everybody. You guys watching this show, you guys coming back time and time again, you guys wanting the bar to constantly be raised, the only type of bar we talk about on this program, makes me and Cisco want to give you the best possible show that we can, time and time again. I love the rumblings of everybody saying this is where the Jets players come to talk. This is where they're coming to share their stories. We have more stories planned. We have more guests planned. We have more former players. Of course, training camp is a few weeks away. I'm on vacation in the middle of July for a week. So I don't know how the month is going to work out with shows, but I'll be back for training camp. Stay tuned. You guys make us want to do this. So thank you, everybody. Oh, at the buzzer. Jets worldwide. Wide. Just like Diana Rossini is wide. Great show, Nick. Just finished the interviews. Awesome job. Thank you, buddy. And good luck to you guys. Johnny called in before. Good luck on Friday. I'll be watching. I was going to go golfing, but it's going to be like 100 degrees on Friday, and I don't feel like dying when I bend over to put the tee in the ground and I get lightheaded. I don't need to collapse on a golf course with all the good stuff that we have going on. But thank you. You start off our next raffle for next Sunday, July 5th. We'll do a jersey giveaway next Sunday, and we'll see how it goes. Tuesday night, jersey giveaway. It's still not too late. If you're watching the program and you haven't already, hit the join button. Join up to be a paying member of the channel on your own. You can get in Tuesday's raffle. And the last show of every month, we're going to do an easy giveaway. If you sign up, recurring payments, boom, you're automatically in a raffle. It's the best odds to win. Thank you, Snowball. Thank you, Johnny. And thank you, Jets Worldwide. Leany, member for 2 years. Great show, Nick and Cisco. Just awesome. Well, thank you, Leany. That means the world to me coming from you. You're the best. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of show producer Cisco Lopez and me, Nick Shine, thank you for being a part of this very special episode of the Nick Shine Show. You guys are the best. Have a great night. God bless. And if you smell an awesome cigar in the distance, that's me in about 20 minutes. Good night, everyone. We'll talk soon. Go Jets.
Here we go, baby. J-E-T-S. Jets. 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 Let's go, baby.